This video is just going to demonstrate what it means to skip a stitch in the current row when you're doing a half double crochet into the row below. So here's a little sample. You can see I've already done enough rows to come up with a couple full rows of honeycomb. So where I'm starting is you can see this row here. That little ridge is made from doing the half double crochet into the third loop. So just from the back side, and it kind of turns the stitch forward and gives you this little ridge. So when we crochet across, this little sample has 15 stitches in total to do the 3 honeycombs. And so when I'm finished the row, between crocheting in the current row, which would be like this row along the top, and also some stitches end up into this, I guess I'll kind of call it the row below. And so they'll end up being 3 stitches into the row below. So there's going to be one there, one into here, and one into here. So that's, you'll see in the pattern, I half double crochet 2 and then into the row below, and then 4 and into the row below, 4 and into the row below. So when you crochet into this row below, you can't also put a stitch in every single stitch in the current row. Otherwise, you're going to end up with 18 stitches total. So that's what we're looking to avoid. So I'm just going to put a couple stitch markers in to show which stitches I'm going to avoid. So the pattern calls to do 2 half double crochets and then 1 into the row below. So if we look at this, we've got 1, 2, and then we're going to do 1 into the row below, which means we'll skip that one. So I'm just going to mark it with a stitch. And then it says 4 half double crochets and 1 into the row below. So same thing, we can say 1, 2, 3, 4, and then what I'll do is I'll put a stitch into the 5th where we go into the row below. I don't have a 3rd stitch marker, otherwise I would put one here as well. So just let's get going. So I'll do my 2 half double crochets. Sorry, grab my yarn correctly. 1, 2, and now I'm going to go into the row below. So I want to skip that one. So I'm going to go into the row below. And now when I continue along, I'm going to skip that one because I did it down here. I'm going to go into the next one. So I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, and now again the pattern calls for 1 into the row below, which means I'm going to go down into here. And therefore, I don't want to also put a stitch in the current row, so I'm going to skip that one and keep going. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I won't mark this one, but I'm going to skip that one in the current row, put one in the row below, and then remember, I'm going to skip that one, and I'll just put a half double crochet in the last 2. So I really hope that clears it up at this point. I just chain and turn, and then here I can take those stitch markers out, but then I would just again do the half double crochet into the 3rd loop and repeat the pattern. Although that next row will be half double crochet 4 and then 1 into the loop. Hope that helps.